Hey, peace, what up, y'all? It's your boy Anti-simp back with another video. This time I wanted to make something about something I've been seeing on the internet a lot. I'm gonna talk about toxic females. See, whenever females they get on social media, women love to make posts talking about how unbothered they are when they are single and not stressing over men. You know, they like to even point out other females who are probably famous and they're kind of doing their successful thing right now. A good example is Rihanna. They always like to point out Rihanna's doing really well for herself because she ain't stressing over no man or whatever. You know, she just out there just, living her best life, as they like to say. So I wanted to talk about us, and how good we be doing without them. We do great things by ourselves. We aren't tripping over females and dealing with their drama. A good example is Chris Brown. I had learned that he had acquired all of his masters, and and that's very important, to own the rights to his masters. I mean, he has a lot of classics out there, and he's the only one that has permission to use all his stuff. And he gets paid for it. And despite all the crap that he went through back with Rihanna and the other female that he was tripping about, when he's not dealing with female drama, his creative skills, his albums be doing really well, and his music be doing really well. Like right now, he got a little bit of controversy about his choice, some lyrics in his song or whatever the case is, but that doesn't matter. He's still like one of the most successful R&B artists out there right now. Another example is Tyga. Tyga was the butt of a lot of jokes on the internet a couple years ago when he was messing with that chick Kylie Jenner, and now that he ain't with her anymore, and he ain't with that the other shorty Black China or whatever, who he likes to take little pop shots at Tyga in her snaps or whatever the case is. But it's like ever since Tyga has shaken these toxic females or whatever, his music has been doing well. His career has been taking off. He's been doing a lot of features and things of that nature. So his music is doing really well. It seems like he's been doing really well lately. Wiz Khalifa and 21 Savage, another set of examples. You all saw the pic of Wiz Khalifa that I reposted from a couple years ago, how in shape he was, or whatever. And he's been doing a lot better as well. He's been doing his music, and his career has been doing a lot better since he hasn't been messing with Amber Rose, who I always seen as a toxic chick. And 21 Savage, since he stopped messing with her, his career has been doing a lot better as well. His life seems to be doing better for himself. He's becoming like a financial advisor for kids and things of nature, telling them, how to manage their money correctly. So his money is getting right as well, and he's maturing. I'll point out Safari and Meek Mills. Nicki ain't in their lives anymore. Safari, he out here doing his thing. It's lightweight, but he's doing his thing ever since he's stopped tripping about her or whatever. Meek Mills is making money moves, and I think he just became a co-owner of a sports clothing apparel business or whatever. And I think I've seen him wearing those hats or the clothing from the store. So it was definitely a good move on his part. She's not in his life anymore. One thing I noticed is people women like to co-sign little small victories, symbolic things. Nikki's all, she gained a little bit of weight or whatever, but she's all hugged up and, cupcaking with the new dude in her life. But it's like the dude, your old exes are making moves or whatever cases. They're making money moves and becoming. Oh, well, Meek is becoming a business owner. I don't know what else Safari is doing, but he seems to be unbothered by the fact that she's doing her thing or whatever. Anybody that messed with Erykah Badu, Andre 3000, and Common, You know, I mean, Common became an actor, and 3000, it became a multi-platinum selling artist who won a Grammy. But this isn't just about guys who, who aren't dealing with female drama, or whatever the case is. I mean, like they got exes or whatever the case is. So they were in a relationship that had drama, but now they're no longer dealing with it. Some guys I'm thinking about is like Chameleonaire. You know, I mean, he's never publicly had to deal with female drama or whatever the case is, and he's been successful. You know, some people didn't even think he was going to be successful because of how his popularity was compared to like Mike Jones and Slim Thug or whatever the case is. But I'm a Philly cat. I remember the first time I heard Cooper on a mixtape or whatever the case is, and I just had to check out his music. Like, I mean, when I heard him, he was dissing Mike Jones, and I didn't like Mike Jones. You know, I wasn't a fan of him. You know, I mean, he looked like a guy that was just trying too hard to me. That was my opinion, and I just didn't like him. And then I hear Chameleonaire had beef with him or whatever, and I was checking out his song, and he was dissing him or whatever, and it was just a funny song. And then one day I rolled up into this store that had music, and I saw his album in there, and I bought it. I bought it. I didn't buy a bootleg or whatever or anything like that. I bought it straight, like the album sealed. You know what I mean? I put that joint on my CD player, and I could listen to the entire album going anywhere. A Sound of Revenge was a good album to me. You know what I mean? This is a cat from the South. Like, I didn't really mess with too many cats down south like that. I didn't buy too many albums from cats that were from the South. But then again, I didn't. At the time when I was buying music, I didn't really have much much music anyway. I had like maybe Ja Rule and Tupac or whatever. I had a lot of Tupac. I was just. So when I was just getting out there, listening to different types of music or whatever, it was one of those decisions I made. That I'm happy I made. I mean, that album was a dope album, and I still got it to this day. I keep it in my collection of music. But yeah, he never had to deal with women troubles, and he's on his way towards becoming a billionaire. At least that's. I think he corrected the rumors, but he's like involved in some tech stuff, because technology is definitely the future. I mean, it's gonna be the future, and it's gonna pay off. So he's definitely I could see him becoming a billionaire soon as well, being another hip hop a cat who was in the hip hop industry who became a billionaire. Nipsey Hussle, never had women troubles, despite the fact that he was a single father. He never had women troubles, and he was successful. He just, he has some dope selling mix. He has some dope ass mixtapes, and he also opened a clothing store. This was before he was murdered, but he was a successful artist that didn't deal with women drama. And I think the last guy I want to talk about. I mean, there's more. But right now, I'm just talking about the main focus of, guys who, have big names or whatever, examples. But another example is Nas. Now, some of y'all who follow the page know how I feel about Nas. I ain't never forgave him, over giving Gwyneth Paltrow or whatever her name is, a pass to say the N-word or whatever. So, but he was ordered to pay $55K a month in child support, but he's been doing a lot of big money moves as well, big moves or whatever the case is. I used to didn't think he was even in the millionaire category, because his albums weren't really that great. At least not to me. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of his music, and then like looking back at his music, it didn't really sell that well. Like, he probably sold alright, maybe a couple 100,000, per album. Maybe Illmatic might have been a platinum. I think it was a platinum album. It was probably his only platinum album now. but he's been making moves, you know, lately, where it's putting him in positions to acquire like millions of dollars. So he's a good example of, like, you know, ever since getting Khalees out of his circle or whatever the case is, you know, and just dealing with her as, you know, the mother of his children. Ever since he got out of that toxic relationship, you know what I mean, he's been doing better for himself in terms of his money moves. I will say this, you know, just to end this right, is the game don't like ugly. If you're a righteous brother who has a good heart and at least try to do the right thing, the game will bless you. And that's all the time I got right now for this video. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.